When the Hard Rock Park wanted to elevate their entertainment, they chose a high flyer. Meet her, coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Ice House Theater in the cool country area of the Hard Rock Park. We're focused on the park's entertainment, and we're visiting with its director of entertainment, Kristin Andre. Good morning, Kristin.
Good morning.
How exciting to get in here. Just yesterday morning, Stephen Gooder and I were sitting in these same seats, and you had performers right here behind us getting ready for one of the shows later today during sound check.
Yes, we did. Yesterday was our opening of sound check. At 4 o'clock we opened up. We had 2 shows here in this venue.
Right.
And this venue is actually the home of the show Country on the Rocks.
Yes, Country on the Rocks. Look at that right behind us. It looks like never seen anything like it. What a creative logo there.
Thank you.
Yeah, this place is incredible. And of course, even if folks never left cool country, they'd still have a thrill. It would be almost an amusement park in and of itself, but there's so much more to the Hard Rock Park.
Absolutely. We have several different areas in our park, 6 actually.
Right.
We have our all-access front entry plaza,
right,
which we have our Amped coffee shop. We have all-access merchandise in there, as well as I Want Candy for all those kids who want to get their candy.
Yeah, that's right. Fired up early on.
Absolutely. And then we have our VIP PV lounge, which is upstairs of our Whammy bar.
Wow.
And if you look as you enter, you'll see that we have a guitar plaza, and there's a guitar kind of built into the ground there.
Right. I saw that last night.
Yes,
during the sneak peek.
Yes. And then if you walk in and you turn to your right, that's when you'll head into Cool Country, which is where we're sitting right now.
Right.
We have all kinds of rides. You know, the park was really designed to keep the family together. So there's stuff for smaller children, you know, teenagers, adults, to do in one area, so they don't really have to split up and they can stay together.
Right.
We have our Mud and Monsters ride. We have just the Swingin', which is kind of an old takeoff of the swinging rides, but it's built as a kind of southern porch swings.
Right. Oh yeah.
And then of
gorgeous.
course we have this large, beautiful venue here,
which is incredible,
where we house our Country on the Ice, which is it's an ice skating show. It's kind of a variety show, and we have pair skaters, we have solo skaters, we have ensemble numbers, and also special effects. So you'll get
They're
to
also
see us
performing tonight and all throughout the sound check, and they're going to be performing. Is it twice daily just during the sound check?
Well, you know, it depends on attendance.
Right.
Right now, we can do up to 3 during the time period of 4 to 10.
Right.
When we are open from 10 to 10, we will go up to 8 shows, depending upon attendance, of course. But we want to make sure that all of our guests have the opportunity to see these shows, because they're really, really awesome shows. We actually have some special effects in this one that'll...
Do you really?
Yeah, that will really surprise the audience.
Wow, that is tremendous.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, again, as a matter of fact, halfway through our interview, some ice came up on me as they were right here flipping around right behind us.
Right,
It's incredible, even rehearsals. To think, if I was just here watching a rehearsal, it would be worth the entire package, but to see the light and sound and everything,
absolutely.
Amazing.
We have a wonderful technical department here that is going to do amazing things with all of our lights and sound and everything that this theater has to offer.
Absolutely. Kristin, if a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, is there you all have a website, and I think even, is it the 236 Rock phone number?
Yeah, we have our hardrockpark.com website, which has a lot of up-to-date information if you'd like to check that out.
Oh yeah, great frequently asked questions, maps, tons of info, and of course, particularly the great layout of the entire park. I think even you scroll your mouse over it, things pop out. A very interactive map there.
Yeah, if you continue past Cool Country, you would move on to Born in the USA, which is where our live amphitheater is. And that's going to house our grand opening headliner act, the Eagles.
Yes, the Eagles, June 2, on that Monday, June 2nd.
Yes, and of course Moody Blues the following day.
Right.
So that's going to be very exciting.
Wow.
We also have several other headliners that will be in throughout May, like Kid Rock.
Kid Rock will be here?
Yes.
You're kidding?
Yes,
I don't know how Stephen left that off yesterday.
I know. We're very excited. So there's a lot to do in Born in the USA. We also have our Kids Rock State Park in there. which is a real fun, interactive play area, which is beneath Slippery When Wet, which is a roller coaster where you can dump water on the people below you, but the people below you can shoot water up at you. So,
oh, gosh.
Yeah.
So folks are getting wet. I think some folks were getting wet just yesterday. That's right.
Yeah.
Probably later on today.
And then for our smaller kids, the your kind of first roller coaster, we have Shake, Rattle, and Roller Coaster, which is just next to Slippery When Wet, and that's also in Born in the USA.
All in Born in the USA.
Yeah, and you have a opportunity to get a photo on that ride. So parents who are watching their kids take their first roller coaster can really keep the memory alive.
Now, within each of the areas, different music's playing in each of the 6 areas here. I mean, are there loudspeakers going? Are there speakers in the bushes?
Yeah, we have several speakers, I think around 360. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah,
we have a lot of PV speakers around the park that will be playing music according to the area that you're in.
Sure. So not a lot of overlap. There's not one song that covers the entire park.
No.
It's a little tough to do that in the British Invasion or in Cool Country.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
So Born in the USA, is that the end of the park?
No, you keep walking around and you're going to hit British Invasion. And British Invasion is a really fun area. We have a bounce house. We call it our punk pit, and that's for children and adults.
Wow.
So it's kind of.
You've been in there already. I see that smile. Yeah, bouncing around.
Yeah, there's 2 separate areas, so we don't want the little kids to get trampled on. But it's something for everybody to do. We also have our roadie stunt show in that area.
Yes, you know about that stuff.
Yes,
show, yeah.
Yes, I do. And that's going to be a really fun show. It's a physical comedy, high action stunt show. It's going to have lots of pyrotechnics. It's based off of roadies, who are the people that go around and set up the concerts and make sure everything's ready to go concert time.
Right.
But it's kind of a comedy story about them, and there'll be lots of pyrotechnics, constant action. And the interesting thing about this show is that all the stunts were designed and created basically from the ground up. So you're going to see things in this stunt show that you will not see in any other show in any other theme park.
There's stunt shows in almost every theme park, right?
There's stunt shows in several theme parks, yeah. And typically you have your high falls and Burning Men and gunfighting and stage fighting. This is not like that at all. This is a whole nother level of stunts that's really going to push the bar on all kinds of live stunt shows.
Oh, exciting.
And it's all based to heavy metal music, and it's going to be a great show.
That's still one that would appeal, even with heavy metal music. It's still one that would appeal to kids.
Oh yeah, it's got a real funny plot, and I think a lot of the characters. There's one character that can relate to everybody in the audience.
Good.
Yeah, they're really going to enjoy this show.
There was one area right between Born in the USA and British Invasion. Is that right?
There is.
Or kind of in between?
Yes, it is. It's Lost in the 70s.
Lost in the 70s.
Yes, and that is the home to our dark ride, Knights in White Satin.
Ooh, yeah.
Which, if you're not familiar with the dark ride, it's basically a ride that is enclosed. It's on a track, and it kind of touches all your senses: smell, feel, sight. So it's kind of a psychedelic ride. So it'll be a fun trip.
Wow. So the Moody Blues will enjoy, here on June 3rd, they'll probably go over and help christen that.
Yes, and actually I think the ride's called Knights in White Satin, the trip.
The trip, yeah. That's great.
It should be a lot of fun. There's also a pinball wizard area. There's a sit-down dining area, as well as a merchandise boutique.
Some old games. I heard yesterday, Stephen said Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man and
we'll
Galaga.
bring it back to the 70s.
Yeah. I'm ready. I don't think we spent enough time in there last night during the first night.
Yeah.
And of course, to see the crowds already interacting and getting some feedback during the sound check.
Yeah.
The sound check is critical to make sure you all work out some of the kinks. I know a couple of weeks ago, obviously, Sneak Peek was going on. And
right.
Megan had shared with us that a lot was happening. I think even the backstage tour, you all have had huge crowds out here. More than 100,000 folks have come to kind of see behind the scenes and what's going to happen.
Yeah, we've been running tours in our backstage preview center, but then we also moved them out here, which is what we were calling Sneak Peek.
Right.
And we've been very successful with our tours, and all the feedback we've gotten has been very positive, and people are very excited about the opening of this park.
Yeah.
And we're excited to have them.
Absolutely, as they kicked off just yesterday. Golly, you think about it, of course, We've heard, I think I heard about some swans yesterday.
Yes, Romeo and Juliet.
Share it for viewers who weren't with us yesterday morning here. What are the swans all about?
Well, basically, when this area, before they started developing it, it had, our lake out there, and we had two swans, Romeo and Juliet, and there was this natural island in the center, and they didn't want to get rid of their habitat, so we kept the island there. So when you see the bridge as we leave British Invasion and go into Rock and Roll Heaven, which we'll get to next, there's a natural island in between there, and Romeo and Juliet, use that island, of course, as their habitat, but they also have Juliet is sitting on an egg right now.
Wow,
so she has
is that
her nest
right?
there.
Romeo and Juliet, this is not another action show. These are two live swans. Yeah.
Swans that, inhabited the area, and of course, one of our mottos is Save the Planet, so, with that being said, we wanted to make sure we kept their habitat here.
And you all have done very well, although and so they're going to enjoy the loud or live music, everything going on all the time.
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet,
Absolutely.
I love it. I wonder who nicknamed them that and when that happened.
I don't know,
a little before your
but
time, that's right.
Yeah. But as you move over the bridge out of British Invasion, you get to Rock and Roll Heaven.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody knows Led Zeppelin The Ride is in Rock and Roll Heaven, which is just an awesome, awesome attraction.
Oh, yeah.
And the experience with the music queued up with the ride is just an amazing.
You've been on it.
Yes.
More than once.
Yes.
Even before the big eBay ride.
Well, I don't know.
Last night.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. We don't sell secrets. That's right.
Yeah.
That was
But
big bucks raised. Yes, just yesterday, which
Yes.
is very exciting.
Yes.
Last night to see the celebration of the culmination of a heck of a lot of work to get up to today, or just yesterday, but today and throughout the rest of the sound check here until you all open up. Is it May 9th?
May 9th we open up. Yeah, we've had, a great company here with a lot of great different departments, all working together to make it successful. I think without the collaboration of everybody and all their hard work, we wouldn't be able to do what we did, but because we've got such great people, it's allowed us to get to where we are.
I understand tonight you've got a lot of the families who helped construct the park that are going to be here tonight to celebrate much of what they worked hard, even in their hands. I know a lot of locals you're seeing just yesterday and throughout last night, a lot of locals are giving feedback as if it's their park, as if this is their park, which is a great thing. But surely the folks who helped construct it and put it together and lay out every nook and cranny, it's those families to be celebrating tonight.
Absolutely. One other thing I wanted to mention in the Rock and Roll Heaven is our Malibu Beach Party show.
Oh yeah, another one of the three big entertainment components.
Yes, we have three big shows, and we have lots of other entertainment, which I'll get to after this. But Malibu Beach Party is a high camp comedy show based off of the Malibu beach scene and kind of a spoof off of the old dating game.
Ooh,
so it's got all kinds of stuff. It has stunt ride bikers. It has aerialists, it has divers, it has dancers, it has muscle men, and it's just a really fun show. It has a little bit of pyro in it, and it'll keep you entertained for a long time.
When you say pyro, just for folks who may not know what you mean, when you say pyrotechnics, meaning, what's an example of that?
Well, it's a very small scale fireworks show, but on a very small scale.
Right.
But little bursts of things, happening. And again, what makes all of our shows unique is that we have that hard rock edge. So, we're not Disney and we're not SeaWorld, but we're hard rock, and we have an edge to us, but it's a fun edge. And you'll see things in our shows that you won't see in any other show, and every show has that wow factor.
Wow.
That I'm not going to go into what that is, because you'll have to come see it.
Folks will have to be out here. Good for you. You're sheltering it a little bit to pique that curiosity.
We want our guests to be
surprised.
surprised.
Particularly with the tremendous pricing on the annual passes, obviously for our viewers in the PD in southeastern North Carolina who can really make it an easy drive down here, an hour and a half or 2 hours, it's thoroughly worthy of getting that annual pass, because that first day they're here, they're just not going to be able to get it all in.
No, and the other thing is, we do have lots of headline talent that is scheduled to come throughout the summer and throughout the year, really. And, so there's always something new that you can see here when you come. It's not, it's not going to be the same thing all the time. But along with all of our large live show venues, we also have a lot of other entertainment. We have our Bare Metal Family.
Bare Metal Family.
Yes, and that's our animated characters, and they perform outside of British Invasion, probably before the Roadies show.
Right.
and they have a great routine, and they have a great backstory, and a lot of fun. We also have Winston, the bulldog, which is another animated character you'll be able to see in British Invasion.
Yes.
And he's a lot of fun. And on top of that, we have smaller stages throughout our park where we're going to have solo guitarists. We'll have smaller bands. In our live amphitheater, and we don't have headliners, we have tribute bands.
Right.
And we also have, steel drummer. We're going to have jugglers. We'll have stilt walkers. We have karaoke queue line, which is a real fun thing at some of our queues for the larger rides. We'll have entertainment, one of which is this karaoke, and so you get a chance to be a star yourself and sing a little bit.
Yeah. Very
so
nice.
we have
We'll
professional
have to get the cameras out.
Yeah, we'll have professional singers, of course, running that.
Right.
So you don't have to sing, but it's more fun if you get involved.
This is for real, Kristin.
I know.
This is a tremendous. As we heard Stephen talking yesterday about 3,000 folks and pushing the envelope there, really changing the landscape. When you think about just a couple of weeks ago, of course, the governor was in town to highlight the celebration of the Market Common opening up.
Yes.
And to see a $500 million investment there right on the southern end of Myrtle Beach, and then to see another virtual $500 million investment right here, to see $1 billion expended in Horry County and in this area of South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Within a month's period, of course, many dollars that have been spent over years to make it happen. But it's a really big deal for the area.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's a big deal for theme parks in general to be a first of a kind.
Well, this is really the first kind of standalone theme park that has been built in the last 10 years. I mean, of course, Disney has built new ones and SeaWorld has built new ones, but this is really the first standalone theme park. So this is kind of history in the making. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to be a part of this.
Right.
So.
You've got a good background yourself, Kristin. You said the word aerialist a little bit ago when talking about the Malibu beach party there. Aerialist is...
An aerialist is someone who kind of performs in the air. So there's several different types of apparatuses. There's liras, which is like a hoop that hangs in the air, which is what you'll see in the Malibu show.
Right.
There's also something called tissue, which is fabric that hangs from the ceiling. If you've seen Cirque du Soleil, you know kind of what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know. That's it helps make it a little safer. Potentially, or no, or is that just for show?
No,
it's not safe at all. Yeah. How about just staying on the ground there? Yeah.
You could stay on the ground. Yeah.
No, when you, as an aerialist, you're up about how high there, Kristin?
Well, in our particular show, or just in general?
When you've performed in the past, or if you were performing
an average height is probably 20 feet.
Is that right? Sure. Wow, 2 stories up.
Yeah. I mean, it just depends, but yeah.
What's the highest you've performed?
30 feet.
Is that right? Wow. That's exciting. I think I saw before coming here. So you've experienced both smaller venues as well as recently there at SeaWorld. I think you said you'd been at SeaWorld even in San Diego, and so you've experienced some major parks, and obviously this is right on par with many of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a great park. It's got a lot to offer, and it's really, really well thought out. And there's a lot of entertainment that's very unique and innovative.
Right. Have you begun to get your eyes focused? Surely yesterday you were seeing folks interact on a way that y'all hadn't seen prior to last night's, the first night of the sound check. But as you've seen some interaction, there are some things that you really want to spend some time on when it's a little less crowded, when you can spend more time, even bringing your own out here.
Oh yeah, I have a 15-month-old,
right?
And there's stuff for her to do, which is actually rare. You can't even find that sometimes at Disney for that young of an age. But there are some areas out in the park that she can really enjoy. Of course, I'm a big roller coaster fan. So.
Oh, are you? Yeah, you've got that in you.
Yeah, and then of course the shows, but yeah.
And how about these planes flying over? They're really taking a lot of this in. That's very exciting for them to be able to see the entire footprint here as they fly over.
Oh yeah.
Probably nothing like that.
It's interesting. It'll be fun to be on Led Zeppelin as the plane's going over.
Right. Yes. Just a couple weeks ago, I saw the fog at her, and I thought, oh my Lord, that'd be tough.
Yeah.
Being on a ride as the planes are flying, but I'm sure the FAA takes all of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Takes all of that into play. I think I saw a bull or a cow as I was coming up here.
We do. We have the Heckle cow, which is another interactive piece of entertainment that we have, because we also have several interactive pieces of entertainment.
Right.
The Heckle cow out. You just have to watch out because he'll get you when you walk by.
Ooh, yeah.
But no, it's all in fun, and he's there. He can see the guests, and he'll talk to them and entertain them, and I don't want to give too much away.
No, that's right. Again, cutting edge reason for folks to get in to see it. If for the first time as a daily admission side, I think Stephen said yesterday, if folks paid $40 for the sound check last night or tonight, that $30 could be applied towards your annual pass.
Yes.
And even $10 of that is going towards food out here to help check out all the food, keep Chef Tim on his toes.
Yes.
Really make it happen.
Absolutely. And one other show I forgot to mention, which kind of is the cap of our evening, is our Lagoon show.
Ooh.
And that's a very fun, exciting show with pyrotechnics. We have some kite flying, and I'm not going to give too much away, but
listen, we've got another 5 minutes. You got to give something away, but that not there.
Not there. One. You'll have to stay tuned.
As you think about, surely a lot of the time that leads up. I think you said you just joined in January. Is that right?
Yeah.
So you've been here right at 3.5, 4 months, and to see what all's been happening. The flurry here right in the last 90 days has been intense.
Oh yeah, I mean every day you walk out, there's something different. So they're working so quickly to get everything done, and I think they're on, just did a wonderful job to get it all done in time.
Right. As director of entertainment, you've had to spend time throughout the park. Are you principally focused on the 3 big shows to make sure they are really tip-top, or are those performers such that they would make sure no matter what it's going to be tip-top?
Well, the performers are great performers, and we got a great group of them, and they will definitely, do their part in making sure that they are doing their best. But I am responsible for the 3 major shows here. But as a entertainment department, we all try and help each other out in as much as we can in all different areas. But my primary responsibility are the shows.
Right, great. I think I had alluded to you having some connection to the roadie show. Do you mind sharing with us your special connection? Oh yeah, my husband.
My husband's in the roadie stunt show.
How exciting! Yes. What does he do? Is that another surprise you can't tell us?
He's the lead roadie.
Is that right?
Yeah. I won't go over all what he does, but. But yeah, it's a good show.
That is fantastic. And of course, as you think about the uniqueness of some of these shows, you said many other theme parks have shows, but the different level here, and surely to think about the interaction between all ages. When you think about Hard Rock, you're not necessarily thinking of something you bring your 15-month-old to, or my 5-year-old to, but you surely see children interacting as you walk through the park. I know last night a lot of kids out here, and to see them getting juiced up, a lot of family involvement.
Well, rock is different to everybody. So when you say hard rock, it's not necessarily heavy metal. I mean, there's all different genres of rock. We consider country to be a form of rock. So, it's there for everybody. And the way the park was designed was for a family, and that's kind of why I think it helps. Why you see so much interaction with the younger kids and teenagers as well, and everybody can have a great time.
Do you miss performing every day out here, Kristin, or performing prior to taking over this position as Director of Entertainment? Do you miss being up in the air? Your husband's probably happy to have you down on the ground.
I think if you ask any performer, it's hard to retire. And I will always have a passion for performing, and if I could perform again, yes, I would. But do I love my position I have? Yes.
Yeah. Where'd you get your start, by the way? We got a couple of minutes.
I was originally a dancer, and I was dancing out in Las Vegas. I worked for Charo. Do you know who Charo is?
Oh, yeah, of course. I've seen her perform in the 80s.
I worked with her, and I also worked with some other companies up in Lake Tahoe. And then I decided that I wanted to get more into the acrobatics, and so I went to a circus school in England.
Is that right?
Yeah.
In the UK? Yes. How exciting.
Yes.
How long were you over there?
I was there for about 6 months because I had some prior training in the States before then to do aerial type of work. So.
Circuses are pretty big in England.
In Europe, it's a different style than it is here, but yeah, it's definitely popular.
The Cole Brothers Circus, even a small one, to think about them performing here in the area recently.
Yeah.
And obviously the excitement to come to a location like this and to see an amazing theme park, it just takes on a circus role of its own. I mean, everything out here has kind of a very exciting feel, a constant interaction.
Oh yeah, we have all of our entertainers. They all do meet and greets and all have a lot of guest interaction, so that the people feel like, you know, they're really involved in it.
Absolutely. How exciting, Kristin. Yeah. Congratulations. We're thrilled. I'm so glad the sound check kicked off so well yesterday, and prayerfully hopefully it keeps until May 9th.
Yes.
Until you all really jam.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Keep up the great work. Stay tuned to more Carolina People. The Director of Entertainment, Kristin Andre, coming up next. Think about it. For years, she was saying, anything in the air, that's me. That's me. Anything in the air, now it's anything on the ground. And you think it's almost that. You know, she talked about the aerialist there at the Malibu Beach Party. That she didn't talk about the aerialist in here, Country on the Rocks, aerialist in the Roadie Show. There's a lot going on, and when you think about those tremendous shows as well as all the entertainment out here, on and on and on, you got to get out here. The sound check kicked off yesterday. It's continuing today and for another 2.5 weeks until the big opening on May 9th, and then an even bigger opening. Can you imagine the Eagles? Think about it, the Eagles, June 2nd here. The Moody Blues on June 3rd, a tremendous opportunity, 236-ROCK. That's 843-236-ROCK or hardrockpark.com. Hard Rock Park, take the time to go online. Got a lot of tremendous information, directions on how to get down here, tickets. You can buy tickets online, both daily pass as well as annual passes. Also maps of the park to see the layout. You heard her talk about it, but go there, look at it, use your mouse, scroll over, get an interactive feel. It's a tremendous opportunity. There's more entertainment than meets the eye at the Hard Rock Park. Kristin Andre doing it every day. Keep up the great work. Thanks so much for being here this morning.